Hello, I'm Rick Cutter with Cloud for Utilities, and today we're in conversation with Maureen Bolen, Chief Growth Officer at Utegration, one of the leading SAP integrators in North America. Thanks for being here, Maureen.
Thanks so much, Rick. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you and excited to have a nice chat with you about what your company's doing and how you've been doing through this last 12 months. Let's start with a little bit about, how did you get your start in utilities and in the technology field specifically?
This is going to be a shocker for a lot of people, but I actually started my career as a nuclear and mechanical engineer for GE Power and actually worked on designing new nuclear power plants. So, I don't know if that's what you want the average 23-year-old to be doing out there in the industry, but that's what I was doing. Gave me a great start. GE was excellent. Found my way to SAP, where I worked with many of you across North America in the role of what we called an industry principal. I helped plan roadmaps and SAP technology adoption, led a couple different events out there, including SAP for utilities in North America. Found my way to Southern California Edison as an IT director and then a line of business leader, which led me into the field of organizational change management, Rick, which was an exciting time for me. I started my own business. And that led me to Utegration, who was one of my clients. And I was asked to join the team a couple of years ago to lead growth at Utegration. And I think this is one of the most phenomenal teams I've ever worked with. So I feel really, really privileged to be here.
Yeah, I've enjoyed getting to know you and many of the people from Utegration, and y'all do have a great team. So if I've got this right, at one point in time, you were working on nuclear engineering type things, and later which is very technical, and later you were doing people change management.
Yeah, you got it right.
That's two spectrums for sure. Wow, that's impressive. I did not realize you were like a nuclear engineer. That's very cool. We'll have to talk more about that at the next time we're face to face.
I suggest over time.
There's a theme there. All right. Tell me a little bit more about Utegration and kind of what makes them stand out in our utility industry.
Oh, thanks so much for the question. For those of you who don't know Utegration, we are the largest full-service SAP organization devoted to utilities, solely devoted to utilities in North America. Over 300 consultants strong, focused on SAP in utilities in North America. Many of us, like myself, came from SAP. And some of us also worked at utilities. So we bring that experience of technology, the best usage of technology, and also of what's real and practical for an utility organization. And we apply that. That's our true craft. We focus on CIS, on digital customer support and self-service platforms, on ERP, on work and asset management, on AMI technology. We're probably the largest provider of AMI integration services to SAP in North America, on AMS, application managed services, and analytics. That's what we do.
That's a lot of cool stuff. And I think one thing that stood out to me in the past is that you are utility focused and have a pretty large footprint in SAP is my understanding, but it's the utility industry. So I think that makes you guys stand out for sure. Next question, kind of to follow up, other than what I just said, what else makes Utegration stand out in the industry?
Well, we like to think of ourselves as innovators, and really it's continuous innovation. We help extend SAP by adding SAP certified solutions that reside within SAP within the SAP platform as an add-on is what we call it, certified by SAP. And I share this because it speaks to our DNA. We are satisfied with nothing less than our customer success, fueled by our focus on continuously improving delivery practices and by innovating in a way that lowers the utility's total cost of ownership. Those are magic words for us. We want to make sure that SAP investment, any investment you make as a utility, will work for you and that you will realize the benefits in your business case. So we produce a bunch, really it's a bunch of accelerators and products that really enhance that SAP platform.
Very exciting. I really appreciate you being here again, but let's talk about maybe something that excites you in the utility industry. What's coming up around the corner that you're excited about?
Yeah, so Rick, thanks for that question. Actually, and honestly, there is so much, but I'm going to focus today on how technology can be used to make complexity simpler. And the very fact that the cloud is that tool, right? It's that vehicle for doing that, for making those things that used to really scare us, those big projects that were 18 to 24 months long, compressing that timeline into little snippets of change that are manageable and digestible and that immediately have impact on organizations. And I think it's this whole focus on, and it's becoming a buzzword, but cloud, that makes that all true and really tangible for us all out here in the industry. And I get very excited when I talk about my customers because, wow, these are the things that they're doing. I'll give a shout out to one or two so that maybe the experience of what I'm talking about can be, thought through by some of the listeners here, and you will all realize that this is all achievable on your end too. So DTE wanted to provide a platform for non-commodity services to their customers. So they deployed a cloud solution. It's actually a couple of cloud solutions stitched together to achieve that result, but they provide subscription-based and non-subscription-based non-commodity services. So different types of rate plans, actual tree guard services that they are giving to their customers that customers can use. They can use that platform to enroll and to interact with their utility in a way that is really helping DTE reach their customers and expand their service model. It's exciting.
That sounds exciting. You guys have always got something good going on. Maureen, I know a little bit about Utility for You, one of your solutions. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about it and kind of what makes it different?
Yes, thanks so much for the question, Rick. Utility for You is a comprehensive pre-configured business process platform for utilities. It includes ERP processes, work and asset management processes, CIS processes, customer experience processes, and a whole host of reporting and analytics solutions. It's comprehensive, and that's a neat word. I like to say it because I'm not the only one who says it. When Gartner reviewed the platform last year, they said, hey, truly comprehensive, unique, one of a kind. And that makes it different from the rest in the industry, which we're excited to say and share with all of you. But you don't have to digest it all at once. You can consume it as it makes sense for you because it's modular. You take the processes that you need and the user interfaces that you need when you need them. And so that's really what it is at its core. It comes with a roadmap. It keeps pace with the technology changes that are occurring in the industry, and it comes with optional managed services. So we think of it as a total lifecycle investment. And our goal, many of us having come from different technology companies and also utilities themselves, we want to say we've got the package that's going to be tier one in terms of its capabilities and the lowest total cost of ownership for any utility, mid-market, large enterprise, whatever. We've thought through that problem set for all of you and are eager to work with you, show you what it looks like, what it is, so that you can see how it might be useful to you.
Maureen, in regards to Utility for You, you talked about some add-on solutions. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about what you mean?
Yeah, for sure. Utility for You works with and can incorporate other Utegration products like Finance for You for regulatory accounting and reporting and for extended asset accounting and rate case preparation as well. And also Meter Data for You, which is our CIS embedded two-tier meter data management solution. And in both cases, what we're really doing, these are embedded solutions within the platform, within the SAP platform. And so what we're really doing is extending SAP's capabilities and eliminating the need for expensive third-party solutions, simplifying the portfolio, the entire landscape, and making it more manageable for utilities overall. So really making that chance to realize the investment, realize the benefits associated with an investment, accelerate that, if you will.
It sounds like you're simplifying the utilities footprint as well, which I bet they like that.
Yes, they do.
Maureen, where do you see cloud technologies and utility adoption going in the future?
So I see the need to digitize continuing to expand, grow, and drive a lot of what we're doing here in the industry. But there's some things that we can contain in a digital core And there are technologies we can surround the digital core with that are going to allow us to interact with that information much more fluidly and much more quickly. And I think what's going to end up happening is things that we don't necessarily think of intuitively, like our voice driving some of those changes, and the pace of change increasing, such that as things are changing in the world, circumstances are changing in the world, and driving utilities in particular to change their business models, those applications that surround that digital core will be able to change more fluidly as well. So the example here is Microsoft just acquiring Nuance and making a huge investment in that particular platform. That's purposeful. That's because voice can activate changes in an application, and we should expect that over time, those types of things will drive how we interact with everything, including our utility.
I tell you what, voice as an example is really taken off as an integrated technology. I guess we're going to see just more and more of that in general. And I like what you just said, the digital core. I'm going to borrow that. I like that, the digital core.
Good.
Well, really appreciate our time together, Maureen, and look forward to seeing you and Utegration at the summit. And I'm sure we'll have more conversations. Thank you for being here today with us in conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Rick Cutter. It's always a pleasure. Please do come visit us at our virtual booth. I'd be happy to show you utility for you and a whole lot more. See you there.
I'm coming for a demo. I want to see it all.